at some point in time, bro, you can't have,
Sorry.
a deep team. But yeah, we can move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. So moving on, let's go ahead and hop into this one. The king, the chosen one, the guy who I'm not gonna lie, he's been playing like a top 6 player in the NBA this year. I wouldn't necessarily put him in the top 5 because even Luka, since he's been back, I think is
No,
no, not yet, but as we neared the end of the season, I think he was gonna hit right back where he was.
no.
But also, I'm worried a little bit about both of their health. If I'm being honest, this team is just poorly constructed. But LeBron James' strain is growing. He's out, supposedly for 1 to 2 weeks. The team sent him back home to Los Angeles to rest while they're on their road trip. Pavy, what are your thoughts on the Lakers and LeBron straining his
I
groin?
mean,
Which I have it's a two-sided question. Number one, what are your thoughts on the Lakers and LeBron straining his groin? And then number two, you know, is this something because it seems I think at least 3 of the last 4 years LeBron has been out with a growing strain in March. Is this something that you think can
oh, is that
derail?
is that? I don't
I
know about
believe so.
no. Last March it was his foot.
Hold on.
Remember, he had the foot injury because after he broke the record, he took like 2 weeks off because of the foot was hurt. The groin hasn't been hurt the since the year after the no the groin hasn't been hurt since the year before since 18-19
Let's look it up. Let's
when
look
he
at the.
tore his groin.
Okay,
It's been
so
like ankle sprains.
Jesus Christ, this man LeBron, man. I give LeBron credit. This man been on the goddamn injury report every goddamn. It looked like every guy. Like I'm scrolling through this. Hold on, I'm gonna just show y'all because I'm scrolling through this. Like look. This is what's been listed on the player reports. Like Jesus Christ, bro. Calf. Oh, it's calf not growing. Calf not growing. But Jesus Christ, like look at all of these. This is just since he been a Laker.
I mean, the man,
Growing.
oh
I
man,
mean, look, growing back in 20. And look, I mean, hey, that's the only thing I worry about for LeBron. But what do you think this means for the Lakers? Oh shit, my bad. I didn't even show it. My bad. So excuse me. This is what I was trying to show. This is LeBron's injury history since he's been a
yeah,
Laker.
foot, ankle, foot, calf. Yeah, it's all lower body, extremities.
Hamstring, right
Yeah,
next to the groin,
lower body,
abdomen,
abdomen. Yeah. Um,
and then look, groin.
that was
So
the 20. That was 20, right?
yeah, that was 20.
Yeah, it
So
was 20.
are you worried? Are you worried for LeBron and his injury history just with his lower extremities? Because I mean, as we even see with a guy like CP3, a lot of lower leg injuries. Usually in the playoffs, when the intensity picks up a little bit, he tends to re-aggravate something in his lower bodies. I'm talking about CP3. Do you worry for LeBron? And what are your thoughts on the Lakers going forward? They're currently the 3 seed. How you feeling?
I mean, yeah, I mean the man 40-year-old getting injured. So like you gotta be worried. You 40 years old getting injured. So I mean, sure. As far as my thoughts on the Lakers going forward, I mean it could be a gift and a curse, right? I mean, obviously, they're probably gonna lose tonight. I think they play the Bucks tonight. They shouldn't have lost to the Nets. They should have won the Nets game. The Nets game was not because LeBron was hurt. It was that they were turning the ball over entirely too much. I guess the one thing that you could say maybe it could be helpful is like you get Luka more comfortable, right? Luka gets to go back to like Dallas mode where it's like, okay, here's the ball, learn your teammates, figure it out, do what you want to do. And when we do bring Braun back in, Braun can. Granted, Luka was running point guard, obviously out there, and they were running things through Luka in general. But he can go back to again Dallas mode. You bring Braun back in, and Braun can just slide back in, and you make his workload even easier. But the thing about Luka is, I think even in like the next game, Luka back was fucked up. So we'll see. But again, I think it could be a gift and a curse. Like I said, if they can, and it's not just LeBron that's hurt. That's the other thing. Jackson Hayes has been out. Rui has been out with the knee. Austin Reed just got back with the calf strain. So it's not just LeBron. Like they need to get the rest of their guys back as well if they're gonna be able to make a playoff run, which I think is like the not the bigger story, but like another part of this story is that it's not just LeBron that's hurt. If it was just LeBron that was hurt and everybody else was playing, I mean, I think they could, survive. Like they've won games without LeBron this season. Didn't they beat Dallas without LeBron? Not Dallas. Didn't they beat Boston without LeBron this season? No,
Mm,
they beat Boston without AD. I think AD didn't play, and they still beat Boston. Meaning they've won games without some of their main guys this season, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but it's just more guys hurt than that. So I think that's actually probably the bigger story. Is the Lakers in general have a lot of people on that injury report right now, and we're a month away from the playoffs. It's not just LeBron; it's a lot of people on that injury report or guys that are coming off injury. And again, like I said, the reason why they lost against the Nets wasn't because of that. It was because they couldn't stop turning the goddamn ball over. Like they still should have won that basketball game, bro. You were playing the Nets. I don't care who's on the court. You got Luka out there. Luka had a terrible game. He shot like I think he took more shots than he had points and had mad turnovers. So again, I think it can be a gift and a curse. You get a chance to maybe get Luka a little bit more acclimated. He goes out there and knows his teammates more. Or you could be a situation where it's like you were the second seed, and I think right now they've already slipped down to fourth. Yeah. You could be a situation where like you go on like a 5-game losing streak and you end up the sixth seed, and now you playing Denver in the first round again, which is something that I'm sure the Lakers don't want to do again. So that's my opinion on it. You muted.
for me, I'm looking at this situation. I think this will be a great learning opportunity for Luka Doncic. Number one, I think he's getting acclimated into life. Kind of living in LA. He's reportedly purchased a house, so I think he's finally settled in. And the shock, even though it hasn't gone away from Mavericks fans, has definitely gone away from him, and he's getting settled. I do find it funny that Lakers fans and all of these fans used to complain about Luka and say that he flops too much and that he gets too many foul calls. And now that he's on the Lakers, they see what I've been saying all this whole time. He's shooting free throws because he's getting fouled, and he's getting fouled a lot. And he definitely doesn't get superstar or MVP level type of calls. But also Luka whines and complains too much, which has always been a huge part of the problem for me. It just kind of dealing with it. Like, you have to build healthy habits on the court, and that includes being positive and not complaining and getting back on defense rather than complaining. As a quick aside, like one small thing, and another reason why I don't believe that the Thunder will, make it to the conference finals or probably make it out of the first round is because of little small bad habits that I noticed from them. And one of them that I saw was Chet Holmgren thought he got fouled. And when he thought he got fouled, he stood back there for a second and a half, looking, turning to the ref, and the ball gets skipped up to the court. And I believe Brown caught it on the wing, and then he passed it to Pritchard, I believe, or passed it to White. And Hartenstein had to, he missed his rotation because he's trying to get to the ball while Chet is just getting up the court as the ball is meeting, is pretty much hitting Brown's hands to swing it. Bad habits and bad behaviors, especially when you looking back for calls in a game that everybody is looking at as a potential finals matchup. And I see a lot of that from Luka and a lot of that complaining and whining. I do believe he's getting fouled, but he has to grow up in a sense. And LeBron whines about foul calls and stuff, but LeBron's been getting hammered going to the rim since he got in the league. So I can understand why LeBron is always, when he does complain, but also, like, in my estimation, I just think there's another level of maturity that Luka needs to hit. And I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason why Patrick Dumont and all them guys that are intentionally ruining this, the Mavericks franchise, because I don't know if you all have seen it, but there was a news report that basically said since Luka Doncic got traded away from the Mavericks, basically all of downtown in that area where the Mavericks stadium is been largely empty. Meaning there aren't people coming out like the equivalent of a LA Live. There's nobody at the bars, no one around the stadiums anymore trying to watch the games anymore because they traded away Luka. So I do believe that they had some cause, but at the same time, I do believe that Luka needs to mature. And I think two things can be true at the same time, or three things actually, because the third thing is that they shouldn't have traded him away. All three things can be true at the same time. And I think you see a little bit of that in LA because also his defensive discipline isn't as good when he feels like he's getting fouled because he's spending his time when he's coming back playing defense looking and talking shit to the ref and not focused on his assignment. So hopefully this will allow Luka to be able to focus and lock in. This will allow JJ to get a lot more tape of Luka as the primary option, and he can show Luka his mistakes, and the Lakers will recover. Hopefully LeBron comes back and they are healthy and they make a playoff run. I would really love to see Lakers versus Warriors in the first round. That is a super weight, heavyweight title fight. And, you know, I think Braun will be okay. I hope an injury like a habitual groin injury isn't something that ends LeBron James' career. I've said it for the past 6 years. I think he could play until he's 50, and I believe that.
He can't play until he's 50. Also, I'm with you on the Luka shit. Like I never watched Luka every night in Dallas because I honestly don't enjoy watching Luka play basketball. But like with the Lakers, I watch the Lakers. I don't enjoy watching Luka play basketball. Like literally, he whines and complains on every single guy, and it's like his whining and complaining. He rage quits. Like the second when he thinks he's gotten fouled, he's out to play now. He's completely rage quits, and it'll like get in his head and mess with his game. Like he'll still do some incredible things, but yeah, it's just the whining and complaining. He's brought it to LA, and I don't enjoy looking at it. Genuinely, I don't enjoy looking at it. Like that fucking Nets game. I'm like, bro, just play basketball.
That's what we're going to name this episode.
What?
Luka brought whining and complaining to LA.
He did. Like, bro, like the Nets game, I'm watching. I'm like, bro, just play basketball, gang.
Draw Luka as a baby. Actually,
now, granted,
let's get some grok.
Granted, he was getting fouled sometimes, but it's like, bro, number one, they can't call every single foul, bro. Like, if it's 100 fouls in the game, they can't call all 100. It's not possible. So it's like at some point in time, bro, just play basketball. And Luka just sometimes will let that take over, and just it's very annoying.
Let's see what Grok does. Draw Luka Doncic as a crying baby with the ref holding him. By the way, that Vaughn shit was fucking hilarious, bro.
It was hilarious.
That shit was hilarious. People was texting me about that shit. I'm crying.
Yo.
Yo, Grok is insane, bro. Why is this
you gotta put a Lakers jersey on. You gotta say with a Lakers jersey.
That is hilarious.
Because that's funny, actually.
Hold on, wait a minute. Draw Luka Doncic with the Lakers. There we go. I want to know why they blocked that one. What the fuck was that? Grok, what did you do? All right, let's see. Shout out to the fans out there. Come on, TP. You telling me he need to play guys that many minutes? Yes, he did. Bronny Brewer was their starting shooting guard, brother.
No, he had to play in that many minutes, but like, you just murdered him, but it's fine. Nah, we got to go with that one.
G, Grok, which one? This one?
Nah, the one.
This one?
That one. Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah, that one. That one. We got to go with that one. That one. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we got to go with that one.
I will put a 77 on this.
You got to draw it on, so that shit just look funny as fuck. Just put draw that shit on, 77. Don't even do it cold. Just fucking draw it on. And just white letters, sketch 77, Luka. But yeah, bro, I don't enjoy watching Luka just cry and cry and cry. But again, I'm with you. I think that if they do it right and they can get some of the other guys back, like one of the main, you know who they really miss right now? Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
Because Jemison hooped like a football player.
I'm crying.
Jemison hooped literally like a fucking middle linebacker.
He still ain't got it yet.
At least with Jackson Hayes, you have a genuine lob threat, a guy who is like who is vertical spacer, which is something that Luka always needs. So like, yeah, I mean, I think that you can get Luka a little bit more acclimated with the team, and I think that you can use it as a teaching moment and a learning moment for those guys and for those other guys to get some chemistry if it goes right. But we'll see.
Yep. Oh shit, they got it where you can do scenes on here now. That's fire.
Scenes?
Yeah, that means now like I can pre-save a look that's set up and click between the scenes rather than me having to manually do all of the shit that we do before. So that's actually amazing. That means our show is going to be that much better going forward. But let's move on and let's talk about the issue that has had the internet in a upheaval. My bad. I got the college games on in the background, but